The future of the credit card is buy now, pay later, the future credit card. And you've discussed this. This is very timely. We're going to talk in a second about Square and Affirm, why they went off. But the reason why this is top of mind is because Square just announced yesterday the acquisition of Afterpay, Australian-based company. So rather than Square creating this homegrown system, they just went out and bought Afterpay. That's not the point here. The question is, it looks like everybody's moving towards it. So yeah. Apple just created a homegrown buy now, pay later. PayPal already has it. Affirm, we're big fans of. Afterpay has done really well. So we're seeing everybody move towards it. Visa, MasterCard could be next. You have a theory that you think this is potentially the future credit card. Let me know.
I do, because if we look at the way that everything is kind of moving with e-commerce and I mean, I don't know about you, but I hardly ever carry cash on me anymore. It's very rare that I have any kind of cash on me. And so I think that this is just a natural progression that we just get rid of the credit card altogether. And I almost kind of think that buy now, pay later is essentially the same thing. It's just a digital version of it. And so if you guys are looking at the way that this is kind of progressing, I think it only makes sense to see how this could potentially evolve into that, maybe even over the next decade.
Well, so what's the difference? The thing to me is buy now, pay later and credit card. In theory, they're similar things. You're borrowing money and there's a rate attached.
Yeah.
But what if you're a credit card company? What are you saying, that credit card companies don't offer the services? Because to me, they're similar in how they look, but they're actually different. Like, you carry a standing balance. You have buy now, pay later is not, you have this money. Buy now, pay later is you're going to buy something,
yeah,
and we're going to front the money and you got to pay that off. It's a very a very binary option. And you can continue to do it. But once you pay off what you bought, you're done. You could do it again, but you're done. A credit card is essentially a line of money. Like, we're going to give you this money and you could continue to draw from it, pull in, pull out, and you have a certain amount you need to pay, or you just pay it all off and pay no debt. So to me, yes, they're borrowing money, but they're different vehicles.
There's certainly different vehicles. There's also, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Like, Affirm approves you up to a certain amount. So you can buy up to a certain amount and then just continue to pay it off. Whereas credit cards, they have a credit limit. They do have cash that you can use, but there's a limit to that. So I think that there's that side of it too. I think they're more similar than they are different.
Yeah, they're similar. I think either buy now, pay later becomes offering that. But I would say buy now, pay later turns into credit. I think knowing humans and how they interact, I don't want to give my information every time I do something. Now, I could have one company that continues to allocate. Physical credit cards will be gone in the future. I just don't see, Amex does this. Amex is actually a charge card. They're not traditional credit card, how it works. So I would say, knowing humans, I just want to know how much I can spend, and I'm going to spend it. And so I hear where you're going with it. I just struggle with the fact of a physical credit card can go away, but the theory of going to a bank and being hey, I need, a credit card company, and being hey, loan me money, I want to spend it. People are always going to take that. I think people are going to take that option. I think buy now, pay later is sort of a secondary option.
Do you think that demographics has a lot to do with it? Because I could see this being something that younger people gravitate more towards this than credit cards, especially if they're already buying stuff online.
I think I can see people doing both. I don't think people will stop. I don't think people are going to turn away credit cards to do this. Because the other thing you got to remember is, could buy now, pay later do it? Yes. But you got to remember, I hold a credit card because I want free flights. I want free flights.
Yeah.
Affirm ain't doing that for me.
Yet.
Will they eventually do it? Maybe. But they also don't make the type of money that credit card companies do make. And that's really, we haven't seen the model proven yet.
The margins, yeah.
Because you look at Affirm and they're losing their ass.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be honest.
Right.
Afterpay, you guys love Afterpay. You like that move. They're losing money too. So it's not that this is such a great model yet. It remains to be seen. There's probably a better way to do it. But the people that are good with credit cards are the ones that are like, oh, I want the rewards and I'm gonna pay it off every month. The people that make credit cards successful are the ones that are like, that pay the minimum and then slowly that interest loads and loads and loads and loads.
And that's how they make their money.
That's how they make their money. Now, the question is, do people become smarter with their money? Because buy now, pay later is better. And I agree with you. Younger people would potentially do it because they may only get a line of credit of $500. However, I don't see people getting smarter with their money.
No.
That's the problem, is people aren't going to get smarter with their money. They're going to see, hey, I can get more and more, and I'm just going to max out whatever credit cards I have.
My main point to the buy now, pay later is just the convenience of it. If I can have it now with something like Affirm, and it just makes it easier, and there's not that pain receptor that comes in by physically giving my card or what have you, I think that's probably what things evolve into. And I agree. I mean, like, American Express, MasterCard, Visa, they're going to figure this out to make it even easier for you to buy shit, and they already are. But I think that there's definitely a space for this, and we'll kind of see how this evolves. But we would love to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Is the credit card going away, and could it be as a result of the buy now, pay later trend that we're seeing?